ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM, reshaping the media landscape. ZAMCOM Radio,
your trusted source for the latest news and updates from across Zambia and around the world.
It's a lovely morning and you're tuned in to ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM. This is the State of the Media. So listen out there, you're welcome to another episode of the State of the Media. Of course, I'm your host, Daniel Banda. And today we have a truly special guest. Joining us in studio, we have Mr. Henry Ngilazi. Now, what we need to know is he's a distinguished former journalist and also with notable experience at the Zambia National Broadcast Corporation, ZNBC, who has since transitioned, into the field of diplomacy and is now working as a PR consultant. Mr. Henry, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Daniel. I'm happy to be here, and good morning to the listeners.
Okay, great. How is the morning going so far?
Very well. I rarely do radio interviews.
Yeah.
Now, do I do TV interviews?
Yeah.
But when I heard it was ZAMCOM, I thought this institution gave me a lot, so I should come and say one or two things which others could listen to.
Exactly. We are grateful that you're here. Today's topic is navigating career transitions and also the role of the media in diplomacy, from the newsroom to diplomatic table. Mr. Henry, would like to know, just to start with, could you tell us just a bit more about who you are, your professional background? Who is Mr. Henry Ngilazi and how did you start your career in media?
Okay, so I'm Henry. Henry is a Zambian from Feira, now known as Luangwa district.
Okay.
So Chikunda by tribe. I usually tell people once you meet a Chikunda person, it's like that you may not meet another one because we are very few, very few of us, and we used to know each other. I think up to now we still know each other.
Okay.
So when you meet me, for you to meet another one from my area, maybe a bit of difficulties because we have had intermarriages, and so very difficult to meet a pure Chikunda.
Yeah.
So I'm a communications professional with experience in the electronic media, a diplomat as well as a father, a golfer, play a lot of golf, and a devout Christian of the Catholic faith.
Great.
I embarked on my journalism journey in 1996 at the then Zambia News Agency as a reporter, and later joined the Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation in 1999. Where I gathered news and covered various assignments as tasked by the assignments editor for both radio and television.
Yeah.
I was also responsible for on-air reporting for television news. This is where you are in the field and you cross over. Then you in the field, you're live on TV. We started those things on ZNBC.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we also started with news scripts on radio, the actualities. I think it was our time with Lakson Tani, Mangani Piri, Mevin Ilunga, Mr. Maxo Ngandu, a lot of those old guards, and it was nice working with them. I found them there, but when we merged, we had really a big responsibility.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so we also produced and presented a weekly television magazine program called Tonight on TV, and a daily current affairs radio show called Newsreel. I think Newsreel still is there on radio. We also produced specialized news packages and documentaries for television. I was always passionate about writing and reading and listening to news and watching news on television channels. And I still do watch these news channels from an early stage. And that is where my interest in journalism stems from. I remember watching a lot of TV, ZNBC then. You'd watch somebody, then you'd say, I want to be like them.
Exactly.
So here we are.
Okay, so that being the case, you're working for ZNBC for a long time, Just run us through. Can you tell us how your experience was there and how it shaped your approach when it comes to journalism?
Yeah, so I spent many years at the National Broadcast as a reporter, rising through the ranks in the newsroom, sub-editor's desk, up to the production side where I spearheaded the setting up of the second channel for ZNBC. That's the TV2 that you may know.
Yeah.
This was a new concept which looked impossible, but eventually we managed to bring it to fruition.
Yeah.
ZNBC, being a national broadcaster, seeks to uphold national values in programming, including packaging of news. This responsibility to uphold certain values informs their approach to reporting and programming, and this became part of my journalism practice as I executed my duties in the various positions. I learned so much there and covered key assignments over the years with the presidents, and this led me into covering the first multi-party elections in 1991 in Zambia. Remember, before that, Kenneth Kaunda, we had only one-party democracy, they called it.
All right, so just on that, how easy was it for journalists to cover people like the president, the head of the state at the time?
At the time, I think the assignments editor used to choose who should go and cover a president.
Great.
There you have a meeting in the morning. The meeting discusses what questions would be asked. Exactly. So the one who is chosen, mostly a senior reporter, will be given the questions to ask. So that when you are asking at the press conference, it's not from your heart, but it's from the organization. So everybody back in the office is aware of what you're going to ask, is aware of your follow-up questions, unless there is one, but everything was already given to you, so that no institution back can say, we didn't tell him to do that. So the responsibility was for everybody to participate and bear it.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. So also there I covered the Angola ceasefire agreement and peace implementation process 1994, Democratic Republic of Congo war peace implementation process 1998-1999, excuse me, specials and other reports to the CNN International Desk and World Report programs. I used to be a CNN fellow in Zambia. Okay. So if there's anything of interest, CNN would call me, then I would do shoot for them and do a stand-up in Zambia and be on CNN. They also had a program called World Report. So in 1999, they called me to Atlanta, Georgia. I participated in the training there, and it was really something that made my career also go to another level. Yeah, so devastating floods in Mozambique in 2000, heads of state and government summits, African grouping that transformed the Organization of African Unity, OAU, into the African Union, AU, 2001. Zambia election live, beepers for CNN. CNN continues dealing with me. I think they liked what I did, and they were always in touch.
All right, perfect. Just on that, looking at all these assignments that you've worked on, which one can you look back and you'll be like, hey, you know what? I'm so proud of this one. It's what has really shaped me to becoming who I am today.
I think the Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo problem is still there. I think you followed in the recent days that the M23 is still, the fighting has been ongoing there. Yeah. But to be the one that you were given the task by international media like CNN to be reporting to them on the ground in Zambia at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, I think gave me pride. A lot of people I meet even now, they still remind me that, you stopped all that. I said, no, I'm in the background. But it was really nice to represent not only yourself, but to represent your country and to have a Zambian journalist reporting on CNN. It was really a pride back then.
All right, perfect. Again, not only have you worked for ZNBC, but you've also contributed to several prominent publications, like The Post, the Daily Mail, Times of Zambia, and among others. So how did your experience in both broadcast and also journalism and print shape your overall approach when it comes to storytelling?
Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't really call it a turning point, but more of a transitioning from one phase to another during my career path. So initial stages usually are challenging, but once you get hold of what you're doing and settle down,
the hang of it,
everything becomes easy to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're still listening to ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM, and this is the State of the Media. Today I'm joined by Mr. Henry Ngilazi, and today's topic is From the Newsroom to Diplomatic Table, navigating career transitions and also looking at how his life has been over the years. We'll go on a short break, and on the other side, we'll continue with the conversation.
At ZAMCOM Radio, we value your feedback and strive to provide the best listening experience possible. Your voice matters to us.
If you have any concerns or complaints about our programming, we want to hear from you.
All you have to do is write to us at ZAMCOM Radio, at zamcom.ac.zm or call us on 0978 640018.
Alternatively, visit us at plot 3529 Government Road, Lusaka.
To lodge a complaint to ZAMCOM Radio, please provide the following.
State the time of the broadcast.
State the name of the broadcaster.
State your grievance or complaint.
And lastly, give us your name and mobile contact. ZAMCOM Radio will respond to your complaint within 14 days.
We take every complaint seriously and aim to resolve issues promptly and efficiently.
Together, we make great radio.
ZAMCOM Radio, reshaping the media landscape.
You're still listening to ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM, and this is the state of the media. We'll continue the conversation with Mr. Henry Ngilazi. Now, you've had an impressive career journey from journalism, diplomacy now, and then would like to know what inspired you to make this shift from the newsroom to diplomatic fields?
Yeah, right. So I would say partly because of my experience in journalism, it had an impact on my career trajectory. Throughout my profession journey, I had an opportunity to cover key meetings such as summits, conferences, and other meetings. Yep. I somewhat developed an interest in the field of diplomacy. It is such a noble and important field. I think from what I said earlier, the meetings that I covered and all, I used to see a number of diplomats come into Zambia and, talk at these meetings and bring warring parties together, people were fighting and make them agree on an issue. So I thought that was very, very interesting, and that at one point I should at least shift from the actual media journalism reporting into diplomacy. I went straight into study diplomacy. I didn't know that I would at one point go into foreign service. Yeah. So I already had my certificate then into diplomacy, which I studied and just kept it. And then I think somebody noticed that...
it's just going to waste. Why are you not using
it? So I was then asked if this was possible. And I agreed. I said I was ready for it. And I think even then the Institute of Diplomacy would submit these names to, I don't know if it's Ministry of Foreign Affairs back then. So they would already had people they would look at and choose to go into foreign service. I don't know if that still happens. But I think that's how I found myself into foreign service.
Okay, great. Now we have these two different fields, journalism and diplomacy. How easy was it for you to adapt, to this new environment? I
think the journalism training helped me.
Yeah,
they helped me very well. Diplomacy is also in one way of meeting people.
Exactly.
Talking to them, gathering information. So you can tell that from that background of being a journalist and then a diplomat, everything just fell in place. I was never lost. Diplomats helped me to keep calm and understand issues in detail before you even communicate to head office Lusaka of certain situations. So it wasn't very difficult. To me, it was an added advantage and helped me settle down quickly whilst in the field of diplomacy in a foreign country. So I never experienced any problems at all.
All right, perfect. Now, were there many specific skills, and also mindset from journalism, that you would have had adjusted? I'd like to know, were there any specific skills, that you acquired when the time you were doing journalism that really helped you to fit well in this field of diplomacy?
Not really. I learned a lot about public diplomacy, which is a lot of countries are now using to advance their national interests. There is focus on the usage of soft power tools such as social media to communicate to the people. You are aware that most people have migrated into social media platforms, and news organizations have had to incorporate that too. So in the same vein, the practice of diplomacy has had to immerse itself in the digital public diplomacy strategy. So it just fell in place and all worked out very well.
All right. Now we're looking at these two different fields, and then diplomatic work often seems less fast-paced, like you are just on the low-key compared to journalism. You're meeting deadlines. If you don't cover the president now, you're not going to ask him, say, hey, can you repeat what you said earlier? Nothing like that. And then, did you find the pace of diplomacy slower, and how did your experience in journalism prepare you for that?
Yeah, you are right about the differences between the two professionals. Excuse me, but I found my journalism background beneficial, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
My background enabled me to analyze complex situations and build relations effectively, among other duties. In the media, we are taught critical thinking and fact-checking, source development and interviewing skills, communication and storytelling, adaptability and quick thinking. So these are crucial aspects of journalism, and I was able to benefit by applying these skills into the diplomatic field.
All right, perfect. Now, I would like to know, when you transitioned from journalism, from the newsroom to diplomacy, was there any point where you felt like, hey, you know what, I feel like I made a bad choice, let me just go back to journalism?
No, not at all, not at all. I've met people many times who say, when you watch international channels, CNN, BBC, you see that there are a lot of old faces there.
Right.
Guys who've been doing this for a long time. Their salaries are increased. They will be called reporters or senior reporters and all, but they get the hefty salaries compared to the junior ones who come in. So I've met people who have told me to say, why did you leave? But I think at the time, I had to make a choice, and I think I fell too much in diplomacy, and I thought I should try out that. It worked very well.
All right, perfect. In that same field, what's one assignment that, again, you'd look back and say, you know what, this was the worst assignment ever. I didn't bring in my A game.
In diplomacy?
Yes.
Diplomacy, you have to have an A game all the time. It's you snooze, you lose. You have to have an A game all the time because you meet really professional diplomats.
Yeah.
Professionals. So if you're not careful and you don't mix, I think that's why I even played a lot of golf, mixed a lot, because that's part of the diplomacy that you must not leave out. It gets you closer to get the information that you need. So you need to mix a lot. It's not just about cocktails and drinking beers, no. Even if you attend those, you must also know why you are there.
Yeah.
I think it's altogether information, and information is needed for your country. So you are not there on holiday to drink and play around, play golf, no. Even as you play golf, you must know why you are doing it.
Exactly.
You meet a lot of people from different backgrounds. They may not be diplomats. They may just be ordinary people in that country, but you have a lot to learn from them, a lot you can share back home with your country.
Okay, perfect. Are you still playing golf?
Yes, I do.
All right, how is it going?
Very well, very well. I number 3 last weekend at some tournament at Bonanza.
Okay.
So I've maintained that. I keep winning.
Yeah, you keep winning.
Yeah.
That's really good. All right, to our dear listener out there, you're still listening to ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM. This is the State of the Media with me, your host, Daniel Banda. Our guest this morning is Mr. Henry Ngilazi, and the topic is talking about navigating career transitions and the role of the media in diplomacy from the newsroom to diplomatic table. We're going on a short break, and on the other side, we'll continue with the conversation.
At ZAMCOM Radio, we value your feedback and strive to provide the best listening experience possible. Your voice matters to us.
If you have any concerns or complaints about our programming, we want to hear from you.
All you have to do is write to us at zamcomradio@zamcom.ac.zm or call us on 0978 640018.
Alternatively, visit us at plot 3529 Government Road, Lusaka.
To To lodge a complaint to ZAMCOM Radio, please provide the following.
State the time of the broadcast.
State the name of the broadcaster.
State your grievance or complaint.
And lastly, give us your name and mobile contact. ZAMCOM Radio will respond to your complaint within 14 days.
We take every complaint seriously and aim to resolve issues promptly and efficiently.
Together, we make great radio.
ZAMCOM Radio, reshaping the media landscape.
Independent Broadcasting Authority. We're here for you. We're here for you. IBA, we're here for you.
To learn more on how to complain about any broadcasting station, get in touch with us. IBA, Mass Media Complex, Ali Kinkata Road, PO Box 32475, Lusaka, or call us on +260 211 250589 or visit our website at www.iba.org.zm. IBA, here for the public.
Welcome back to ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM. This is the state of the media, and we continue the conversation. Now, Mr. Henry, you've had a whole career in journalism. Again, you've had an amazing career in diplomacy. And then we hear that you're now moving away from diplomacy to now being a consultant. A lot of people would ask, why is he changing careers? Why is he changing fields? So let's start from there. Why the whole shift in careers?
Yeah, so from journalism to diplomacy was something I thought of. But from diplomacy back into PR, I have never thought of. Why? With diplomacy, you are on contracts.
Yes.
So once these contracts end, I think you come back and you find that... how can I say it? You find that your role is somehow gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we don't have a situation where you're brought back, then you continue. Or I know some countries you come back, you're a career diplomat, then you are sent somewhere else like that. But I think we still don't have all that. They had said they are working on it. I'm sure by now they are working on that.
All right.
But so when I came back, I found that I wasn't anywhere.
Yeah.
In diplomacy, you meet and work in high-level places. Like when I went to Europe, I was serving as charge. Charge is sort of someone in charge of the embassy.
Yeah.
So I was charge in Belgium, Brussels, at the embassy. So you attend high-powered meetings in the European Unions, and so you have all that knowledge. But then when you come back, the knowledge is in your head and you can't apply it anywhere. So you find that things sort of get confused like that. But all in all, every journey that I have undertaken has contributed towards shaping me professionally and personally. I consider every experience and every phase as an important building block to what I am today. All the skills acquired in media, diplomacy, continue to ease the conduct of public relations, encompassing research, communication, writing, adaptability, and the ability to work well with others. So I'm okay. It's going on well. It's a situation where there are a lot of PR people, so there are a lot of media people, there's a lot of media houses, so you really have to find your space and do what works out.
All right. Which one has been the busiest for you? Journalism, diplomacy, or now what you're doing now, PR consultant?
I think journalism was so busy. I was almost on the move, almost on every day. If you're not in the, you'd be in the rural area.
Yeah.
So hot in the sun. You are doing some coverage there. In the evening, you find yourself at Pamosi or Inters Continental those days, where you are with these directors and managers and having a drink. So it's from the hot area in the morning, in the evening. So it also worked very well. It kept me busy. If I'm not in the country, then I'm outside the country. I think I traveled almost everywhere. Those days there were presidential delegations and also ministerial. So you'd cover wide range of affairs. I remember when I left ZNBC, I worked with Reuters International. So Reuters also would send me to Harare to cover the Zimbabwe peace talks back then. Yeah. So if the floods in Mozambique, you find Reuters will send you there. If there's something in Malawi, so I was sort of a regional SADC reporter for them. With the others, they would combine us, someone with text if you are doing a camera. So I think journalism was so busy. But again, with diplomacy, in Malawi, they were holding the chairmanship of the SADC at the time I was there.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of meetings, and you find yourself, you're busy, sleeping late, staying up all the time. Then when I went to Brussels, again, we covered 3 countries there, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Belgium itself. But in Belgium, you had these international organizations, the European Union, a lot of desks there. So The Hague, you are required to be everywhere. So you find you are so busy and you have to be present. Your presence must be felt so that your country which sent you there doesn't find you yawning, and your reports must be on time and timely so that they know that they don't miss out. I think journalism and the diplomacy worked out very well. With public relations, which I am now as a consultant, when you are hired, you basically have to do what is required and give them the communication skills you have and work as such. It's a new field, but I'm in it.
Yeah. All right. Being a PR consultant now, how many people are knocking on your doors on a busy day?
I'm currently consulting for an international firm. Most times people wouldn't really know that I'm the one behind it because we are like 3 of us when we started. So one of us was the one in the forefront. So we
he's the one
kept
who's in pressure.
Yeah, he's the one they would call and all, but would help out in the background, and we worked very hard. We managed to have that transition, and I think everything is in place now. We just there looking at fulfilling what was promised, and we are advising.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people think these guys who are in different fields and offices are superheroes. They don't have life outside work. How's your day outside work like?
I take a beer.
Yeah.
So outside work,
a
cold one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So outside work, I've left that for Fridays. I literally, today is Friday. So Fridays, I do take a drink with
You come for an interview like this one?
Yes. After, in the late hours, after work hours, I would meet my nephews. My friendship circle has sort of dwindled. I don't understand that. They are I can't count which friends I had and if I meet them. Now I don't know if it's, when I was in diplomatic service, they were there. A lot of them would call you and all. But I think it's when you come back, you find that even your friendships sort of disappear. But I have a loving and caring wife.
Which is really good.
She's always there for me.
Yeah.
So even if my friends are not there, I'm with my wife.
Okay.
And also, her name is Chansa Kabwela, by the way. She used to work with she's a famous person. Yeah. Most Zambians would know her. So she's been loving and caring and understands when I'm quiet, she'll know that. Yeah, but I have a friend also like Joshua Jerry. Joshua Jerry still works at ZNBC.
Okay.
So once in a while, we would call each other and have these drinks. I have a few nephews also I meet. And family now. I think Takula. So we are.
The more we grow, the more we keep on losing these friendship, and it's okay. We need not to feel bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, growth will take us to different places.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Now you working as a PR consultant, what unique insights do you bring to your clients now from your experience, both from journalism and also diplomacy? There's something unique about one who has worked in different fields. Yeah.
Yeah, so of course there's the aspect of understanding the institution once
Yes.
you are engaged to work on a particular project.
Yeah.
And other than that, the institutions get to benefit from my sense of purpose, planning, positioning, promotion, and generally performance. Overall, it is about techniques and strategies for managing information about an individual or company and how it's disseminated to the media and the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ultimate goal is to maintain a brand image and manage negative events to manage a possible fallout. And this is what we've been doing. And anybody who comes forward won't regret.
All right, perfect. Have you had difficulties in trying to keep up with your brand where we're like, hey, we're about to lose this?
I think so far, so good.
Okay.
And I don't know, there's also that Henry Ngilazi itself, the name itself, I think
Yes.
has sort of helped me. Sometimes I don't have to introduce myself. People look at me and already understand what I'm capable of doing. Yeah, I'm keeping a beard now, so that has confused one or two people. I remember I entered into a meeting. When I said I'm Henry Ngilazi, everybody was like, is it you? Yeah, so it's just a phase, and I think everything has worked out very well. I have not had any regret from anybody who has hired me to do public relations for them or a media consultant. I remember also one time Father Chilinda, the late Catholic priest, he had Loyola Television. So whilst there, he wanted to set up a newsroom. And I think that's the time I had just returned.
Okay.
Yeah, from Brussels. So I wanted to settle in. I went there, started a newsroom for him. It worked out very well. I think if that news segment had continued, would have been one of the best, I think, 3-5 trusted news organizations. The people I worked with there still ask me why we stopped it, but I think the station reached a stage where Father Chilinda was the man behind it, and after his passing away, it had shocks here and there, so it's closed. I'm sure they would still open it one time. I'm hoping they do.
All right, perfect. You talked about maintaining, the brand. Henry Ngilazi is a brand on his own, right? And then you have this person who's working as a PR consultant. How do you balance your personal life with work?
So what I've done is, like I said in the beginning of this program, I never talk on radio and TV like this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be caught in between anything that I don't understand. I notice now that the media landscape, there's a lot of, I don't know if I can call it divisions. We're supposed to be journalists, but in those, among the journalists, you find there are divisions. I don't know if it's the politics which have divided us. So I really wouldn't want to find myself on one side or the other. So I've maintained to be Henry Ngilazi and know what I stand for and know my duties as a journalist.
Yeah.
I call myself an international civil servant. I can work anywhere.
I was thinking you say international artist.
No, I'm an international civil servant. I can work anywhere. I am ready to assist where I'm called upon. I think I have the knowledge. I have I've gathered the experience. So I'm out here, but once called upon or hired, as in any situation, to sort out an issue diplomatically or do a media consultancy, I have been available and I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Earlier you talked about your wife being famous, right? How was it like dating a fellow journalist? Working in the STEM field?
Yeah, it was okay, but very few people in the beginning knew who was married to Chansakabwela or who was Henry Ngilazi's wife.
Yes.
until there was an issue. I think they carried a story where a woman was giving birth outside the university teaching hospital.
Yes.
No, they didn't even carry that story. I think somebody got the pictures. Must have been the husband to the lady. There was a strike then by the doctors or so back then. So it was after she was arrested. I think they had sent those pictures to a number of government ministries.
Yes.
And then the pictures ended up with the president, Rupiah Banda. May so rest in peace back then.
Yeah.
So at the courts now, I started appearing there. Yeah. So I think there was one picture carried out on front page where they said Henry Ngilazi escorting his wife, Chansa Kabwera. That's when now the public began to know that.
Okay.
So that's a wife. Yeah, but she also keeps away from these issues and maintains professionalism. So we live like that.
All right, perfect. You're still listening to ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM, and this is the state of the media. Today's topic is navigating career traditions or navigating career transitions, and also the role of the media in diplomacy, from the newsroom to diplomatic tables. And I'm joined by Mr. Henry Ngilazi. We'll go on our last break, and on the other side, we'll continue with the conversation.
At ZAMCOM Radio, we value your feedback and strive to provide the best listening experience possible. Your voice matters to us.
If you have any concerns or complaints about our programming, we want to hear from you.
All you have to do is write to us at zamcomradio@zamcom.ac.zm or call us on 0978 640018.
Alternatively, visit us at plot 3529 Government Road, Lusaka.
To lodge a complaint to ZAMCOM Radio, please provide the following.
State the time of the broadcast.
State the name of the broadcaster.
State your grievance or complaint.
And lastly, give us your name and mobile contact. ZAMCOM Radio will respond to your complaint within 14 days.
We take every complaint seriously and aim to resolve issues promptly and efficiently.
Together, we make great radio.
ZAMCOM Radio, reshaping the media landscape.
Independent Broadcasting Authority. We're here for you. We're here for you. We're here for you.
To learn more on how to complain about any broadcasting station, get in touch with us. IBA Mass Media Complex, Ali Kinkata Road, PO Box 32475, Lusaka, or call us on +260 211 250589, or visit our website at www.iba.org.zm. IBA, here for the public.
ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM.
You're still listening to ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM. This is the state of the media. We'll continue with the conversation. Mr. Ngilazi, now, how do you see the role of the media in shaping public opinion when it comes to diplomatic affairs, especially with the rise of digital media now?
Yeah, so there's been a lot, I think, statements, especially on digital platforms.
Yes.
But I think we need to be responsible.
Yeah.
Simple things we say, simple things we write. We need to be responsible, because with social media especially, a lot of people are reading. A lot of people are. The reach out is vast, so we just have to be careful. I mean, these things also affect us diplomatically. Our neighbors, other international countries are listening or watching what is happening. So we must be responsible in everything that we do. I think the media itself also needs to be very responsible. We need a responsible media on what we carry out, in what we print, in what we air, in what we show on TV, so that we're moving as one. If there's one story from one side, we must get the other side, balance his stories, and I still am a journalist at heart.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think the person who has suffered more, like I said, I had a friend called Joshua Jerry.
Yes.
Once in a while, I would just say, "Hey, Joshua,
Yeah.
what was that?"
What was that?
Then you'll be
what are
like,
you doing?
"I'm not even here. I'm at home." So ZNBC remains at heart. It's an institution that shaped me. I can't. I'll always be part of it. So friends there, I think they're working hard. Yeah, friends in the media everywhere else. I think I know a lot of media personnel, media heads now. Others have gone to start off their own media. I think it's to encourage them to do what is right and make sure the stories are balanced, because those stories, the reach out is wide.
Exactly.
And vast. So we need to be responsible as media people.
All right. So just on that, and then with the rise of digital media, do you think now we have more fake news and misinformation compared to how it was back then, the time you were working at ZNBC?
Yeah. Back then, I remember the story of late Dr. Penza. He was finance minister. When that story broke out, ZNBC, we didn't have it, I think, at 7 hours. But there were some new media which had started and they broke that story. And with ZNBC, we were so trusted that people would still call to say, "Is it true?"
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's the kind of trust that people need to have, to call you and verify a story which they see on social media and all. And I remember I would break stories on TV or radio. And then the following day, some of my stories ended up being lead stories in the newspapers with my byline. But I'm at ZNBC. So you can tell that we did a job that was trusted. We did a job that people believed in. And we were an institution that was so trusted. And I think that's what all media should aim to be trusted. And
All right, perfect. Your journey, again, from the media, diplomacy, consultants. For how long do you plan to remain as a consultant? Or tomorrow we hear, no, Mr. Henry is now going elsewhere. Do you plan to stay here for a while?
In life, I think you take every step as it comes.
Yes.
I have thought of starting a TV radio station that is in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seriously think I would give it a good shot. Yeah, and I think I still feel there's a certain kind of an outlet, which is needed which I can have a share in all this, but those are just silent plans I've had, and I don't know, one day maybe, but not.
It's one step at a time.
One step at a time. Yeah.
All right, perfect. It's been amazing. Now, there are a lot of people who are now listening to you, and they're like, he's had an impressive career. What's your advice, that you can give to young journalists out there or aspiring diplomats who are looking to just leverage their skills across these different fields?
Mm-hmm. So I would urge them to take their leap of faith and embrace the challenge. Both fields are interesting and somewhat challenging, but once one settles on the job, you drive a sense of fulfillment from your job. Being a diplomat requires strong analytical, organizational and leadership skills, good judgment, and high integrity. I have to repeat that. High integrity, because you are representing your country, and all the people you meet, you say you are from Zambia, they must agree that this person is from Zambia, from how you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself, how you talk. I think I have all that in me. So it requires also listening first, and you listen first and often, because you can't be the one talking all the time or giving your opinion. So you first you listen, and listen often. Don't always conclude. For media personnel, I think they should focus on polishing their writing and interviewing skills, digital literacy, and paying attention to detail.
Yeah.
In both professions, one requires a certain level of passion for you to enjoy what you do.
Exactly.
So do not be afraid, take the risks and dare to dream.
Great. It's been amazing having a conversation with you, and we're grateful that you accepted our invitation.
I am hoping I've done what was required. It's my first interview I've given, I think, in a long time. And I'm happy to have done it here at ZAMCOM. You know, ZAMCOM taught us a lot of things.
Yeah.
I did, I think I did some courses here.
Yes.
I did a certificate in investigative reporting back then, and I think religious affairs reporting. We had all these groups that used to come here. Yeah, with Edem Jokoto, the late media trainer, a friend as well. He was my lecturer, but later on became a friend because he really pushed us to work hard. He was a man, he gives you an assignment today. Tomorrow he has marked already, he's giving you back, and you're like,
how?
Yeah, so ZAMCOM, I think, has got a special space for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't refuse this, I had to come.
Thank you so much, we're grateful. Yeah, and courtesy of ZAMCOM, you're able to listen to Mr. Ngilazi after a long time. This has been the State of the Media with me, your host, Daniel Banda. And our guest today was Mr. Henry Ngilazi. Today's topic was navigating career transitions and the role of the media in diplomacy, from the newsroom to diplomatic table. So, our listener out there, for more engaging conversations, stay tuned to ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM. This has been the State of Media. Remember, we come to you every Friday from 10 to 11 hours. Stay tuned.
At ZAMCOM Radio, we value your feedback and strive to provide the best listening experience possible. Your voice matters to us.
If you have any concerns or complaints about our programming, we want to hear from you.
All you have to do is write to us at zamcomradio@zamcom.ac.zm or call us on 0978 640018.
Alternatively, visit us at plot 3529 Government Road, Lusaka.
To lodge a complaint to ZAMCOM Radio, please provide the following.
State the time of the broadcast.
State the name of the broadcaster.
State your grievance or complaint.
And lastly, give us your name and mobile contact. ZAMCOM Radio will respond to your complaint within 14 days.
We take every complaint seriously and aim to resolve issues promptly and efficiently.
Together, we make great radio.
ZAMCOM Radio, reshaping the media landscape.
At ZAMCOM Radio, we value your feedback and strive to provide the best listening experience possible. Your voice matters to us.
If you have any concerns or complaints about our programming, we want to hear from you.
All you have to do is write to us at zamcomradio@zamcom.ac.zm or call us on 0978 640018.
Alternatively, visit us at plot 3529 Government Road, Lusaka.
To lodge a complaint to ZAMCOM Radio, please provide the following.
State the time of the broadcast.
State the name of the broadcaster.
State your grievance or complaint.
And lastly, give us your name and mobile contact. ZAMCOM Radio will respond to your complaint within 14 days.
We take every complaint seriously and aim to resolve issues promptly and efficiently.
Together, we make great radio.
ZAMCOM Radio, reshaping the media landscape.
Do you know what listeners like about our station? It's everything.
I like everything.
Hit music only.
I know you feeling me, but it's open up for me.
Just the right kind of mix. Always.
Every day you hustle, look looking for paper, man.
Kumya kwa madauti ubike kwechichetekelo Ganshaku kumenye na lelo nganshpetekelo
What you want and what you need.
It's what you want. It's off the hook.
ZAMCOM Radio 100.1 FM.
At ZAMCOM Radio, we value your feedback and strive to provide the best listening experience possible. Your voice matters to us.
If you have any concerns or complaints about our programming, we want to hear from you.
All you have to do is write to us at zamcomradio@zamcom.ac.zm or call us on 0978 640018.
Alternatively, visit us at plot 3529 Government Road, Lusaka.
To lodge a complaint to ZAMCOM Radio, please provide the following.
State the time of the broadcast.
State the name of the broadcaster.
State your grievance or complaint.
And lastly, give us your name and mobile contact. ZAMCOM Radio will respond to your complaint within 14 days.
We take every complaint seriously and aim to resolve issues promptly and efficiently.
Together, we make great radio.
ZAMCOM Radio, reshaping the media landscape.
At ZAMCOM Radio, we value your feedback and strive to provide the best listening experience possible. Your voice matters to us.
If you have any concerns or complaints about our programming, we want to hear from you.
All you have to do is write to us at zamcomradio@zamcom.ac.zm or call us on 0978 640018.
Alternatively, visit us at plot 3529 Government Road, Lusaka.
To lodge a complaint to ZAMCOM Radio, please provide the following.
State the time of the broadcast.
State the name of the broadcaster.
State your grievance or complaint.
And lastly, give us your name and mobile contact. ZAMCOM Radio will respond to your complaint within 14 days.
We take every complaint seriously and aim to resolve issues promptly and efficiently.
Together, we make great radio.
ZAMCOM Radio, reshaping the media landscape.
The Zambia Medicines Regulatory Authority, ZAMRA, has launched its service charter. This is a social contract between the authority and its highly esteemed clients in a bid to fulfill its mission and vision. The charter is a reflection of our values and commitment to high-quality service delivery. It outlines our core services, the expected quality standards, and also serves as a platform for you to hold us accountable. The authority